What really happens when a global superstar suddenly closes the distance, dims the lights of his home into a mysterious shade of purple, and starts talking like a random customer who dialed the wrong number in the middle of the night, only for millions of eyes around the world to melt instead of laugh. Was it just spontaneous humor? Or was there something far deeper and more emotional being transmitted, perhaps even unconsciously? These were the questions exploding across timelines when Jungkook, the magnate of BTS, unexpectedly did something so simple during his latest live broadcast. An ordinary act that transformed into one of the most collectively heart-shaking moments for ARMY worldwide. That night, February 25, 2026 at 20:06 Greenwich Mean Time, was not just another date in time. For many fans, it became a marker of an intimate moment that felt almost personal. In a clip that quickly circulated through the fan account at Spotlight on X, formerly known as Twitter, Jungkook appeared different. The clip's title, Jungkook Mini House Tour, sounded light, even casual. Yet within roughly 3 minutes, the video recorded 1,698 views, 141 likes, 29 reposts, and 37 bookmarks in a short span. Numbers that might seem modest on the surface but reflected an early, fast, and organic burst of engagement. The atmosphere in the video was dim. The house lights were lowered, wrapped in purple lighting that created an ambience hovering between warmth and mystery. Jungkook wore a black leather jacket, giving him the look of a rock star who had just stepped off stage, not an idol sitting in his own living room. In his hand, a small lollipop became a playful prop that reinforced the casual mood. But what truly left ARMY silent was when he suddenly acted as if he were on a call with customer service. "Where do you go?" "Here." "What are you talking about?" "What did you say?" With a deliberately serious expression, he even mentioned the Customer Protection Act of Safety and Health Act, laughing softly before adding, "I'll connect you to the staff." The scene was absurd, spontaneous, and entirely unexpected. There was no script, no choreography, no professional stage lighting, just Jungkook, his home, and millions of ARMY who felt as if they were sitting right there with him. Then came the seemingly trivial moment. He paused and said, "I think I pressed the wrong button." It sounded like a small mistake in his pretend phone simulation. Yet fans reacted as though something far bigger had happened. There was a pause that felt real, a laugh that felt sincere. And in that understated instant, without dramatic build-up, millions of ARMY admitted they had melted. Why? Because in that small slip, there was a glimpse of humanity rarely exposed by a global figure. Jungkook was not performing as a stage icon backed by massive production. He was not actively promoting an album, even though his status as a successful soloist with Golden continues to loom as a symbol of his achievements. He was simply being himself, or at least the most relaxed version of himself. He followed with a gentle apology. "There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry at a late hour," before adding, "Oh, go home. Have a nice day." The words were light, almost throwaway, but for fans watching across time zones, they felt personal, as if he genuinely considered those who stayed awake just to see him smile. The mini house tour continued into the kitchen. Casually, Jungkook showed his late-night dinner. Ramen still steaming in the pot. "Midnight meal," he said briefly. Then jokingly he added, hey, oh I'm just annoying you." Once again, that simple sentence triggered an emotional wave. How could something as ordinary as cooking ramen in his own kitchen stir such deep feelings? The answer may lie in the broader context. BTS is currently in a group hiatus. In that collective pause, every appearance from a member feels more precious, more intimate, more meaningful. Jungkook is not merely a singer. He represents emotional continuity for ARMY patiently waiting for the group's future. In the video, he moved casually from the sofa to the kitchen, laughing at his own improvised acting, making no effort to polish the moment. There was no attempt to appear flawless, no excessive image control. It was precisely that imperfection that made the moment feel real. A house tour that ultimately was not about rooms, but about closeness. Online communities quickly filled with speculation. Was the purple lighting merely aesthetic or symbolic? Was the black leather jacket just a style choice or a hint of a new era? Did the joke about pressing the wrong button carry a hidden message? Such speculation may sound excessive to some, But for a global fandom bound by strong emotional ties, even the smallest details can invite deep analysis. The phrase "most successful Asian soloist" displayed in Etched Spotlight's bio also drew attention. It is not a random claim, but a reflection of the global impact Jungkook has built in recent years. Yet ironically, amid such monumental achievements, what made millions of ARMY melt was not a statistic or a record, but a moment of joking about ramen and pretending to misdial a call. This phenomenon opens a broader academic discussion about the relationship between celebrities and fans in the digital era. Live streaming is not merely a communication tool. It is a performative space that creates an illusion of intimacy. In Jungkook's case, however, that illusion felt almost tangible. He was not just appearing, he was sharing space, time, and atmosphere. For ARMY around the world, the moment felt like a small gift amid a long wait. There was no comeback announcement, no official teaser, just Jungkook laughing in his kitchen, and that was precisely the surprise. Was it part of a grand strategy? Pure spontaneity? Or a subtle way for Jungkook to remind everyone that behind dazzling stages and millions of viewers, he is still a human being who enjoys midnight ramen and unscripted jokes. What is certain is this: that night proved how the simplest actions can create the most powerful emotional impact. When Jungkook did something small and seemingly trivial on screen, millions of ARMY did not just smile. They felt seen, invited to laugh, and for a brief moment, as if they were in the same room. In an entertainment world that grows increasingly curated and controlled, moments like this serve as a reminder that authenticity, however simple its form, remains the most captivating force of all. And perhaps that is exactly why millions of ARMY truly melted. But more than just a fleeting warmth, that moment felt like a quiet affirmation of a two-way relationship built over many years. In his soft laughter, in the awkward pause when he pretended to have pressed the wrong button, there seemed to be a space he intentionally left open. A space for ARMY to step into, to feel, and to interpret in their own way. That is Jungkook's strength as part of BTS. Not only his voice or the grandeur of the stage, but his ability to make millions feel close despite the physical distance. And today's fast-paced digital era, intimacy often feels artificial. Yet that simple live broadcast delivered something almost rare: sincerity without excessive polish. There was no grand agenda, no explicit promotion, just a global superstar sitting in his own home, sharing purple light, midnight ramen, and absurd little jokes. And perhaps it is precisely within that simplicity that the love between idol and fandom finds its most honest form. This phenomenon is not the first time in the career journey of Jungkook, but the intensity of the reaction feels different. Since debuting with BTS in 2013, Jungkook has grown up in front of the public eye, from a shy teenager into a global performer filling stadiums. Yet in the most private spaces, his living room sofa, a kitchen with a pot of steaming ramen, dim purple lighting, he seemed to return to the most honest version of himself. There is an interesting paradox here. The bigger the star, the stronger the fans' need for moments that feel small. In a world driven by numbers, billions of streams, international charts, record-breaking sales, ARMY were deeply moved by something as simple as, "I think I pressed the wrong button." It wasn't a song lyric or a promotional tagline. It was an unplanned, spontaneous mistake. And that is precisely where its warmth lies. Psychologically, live streaming creates what is often called parasocial intimacy, a one-sided closeness that feels real. But when Jungkook joked around, apologized for going live late at night, and told viewers to go home, have a nice day, that one-sided boundary seemed to blur. He wasn't speaking to an anonymous mass. He spoke as if to one person sitting right across from him. Even the aesthetic details that night strengthened the emotional narrative. The purple lighting, long associated with BTS, and the meaning of "I purple you," added a symbolic layer without needing explanation. His black leather jacket projected a rock star aura, yet the lollipop in his hand softened it with a playful touch. That contrast made the moment feel alive and unfiltered. More than just entertainment, the live became a shared escape. Amid daily routines, life pressures, and the long wait for group activities, Jungkook offered 3 minutes that felt personal. Not because it was spectacular, but because it was sincere.